Little did I know. From shadows to light, my story.
Chapter 1. From Shadows to First Light. Born into chaos and love in Cahos, David, the youngest of the Liddle triplets, learns early that memory, shame, class, faith, music, and masculinity will tug him in different directions. Yet the pull toward gentleness and purpose keeps showing through. Gentle reflections navigating masculine aggression in my early years. As the autumn of 1971, early in my first grade year, when my family attended a church screening of The Cross and the Switchblade. I remember that evening vividly. The scent of patchouli drifting from my mother's church friend, a tall woman with deep brown hair and striking red lipstick, still lingers in my memory, forever linked with that moment. We were gathered in a small basement room painted with white cinder block walls, furnished with rows of metal folding chairs. Kids darted in and out of coat closets, their laughter a background to what would become for me an unforgettable emotional experience. Just 5 years old, I found myself completely captivated by the film. Though the deeper themes escaped me at the time, the energy, the drama, the tension, the grit of the gang rumbles left a lasting impression. I didn't see the movie again until adulthood, yet its emotional fingerprint stayed with me, shaping how I understood conflict, loyalty, and the raw edges of male identity. At home in my own neighborhood near West End Park, life began to reflect some of what I'd seen on that screen, albeit in a childlike and far less dangerous way. Our park became our stage, and like the gangs in the film, the neighborhood kids split into two main groups who regularly rumbled with each other. My group was led by Gordon, a burly, freckled boy of Scottish descent. He had a quiet strength, a younger brother named Dougie, and a sister Chrissy, who I secretly adored. Gordon was my protector, my friend, and for a time, my sense of courage. Our playful wars were fought with sticks and trash can lids, full of drama and childish swagger. The Riley gang was our rival. Billy and Jimmy Riley lived just up the block, and their older brother, Chucky, had a reputation that gave the younger boys a kind of inherited toughness. They were joined by Mike Moylan and a few other boys from the far end of the park. We were all just kids, 6 to 10 years old, but those rumbles felt real, wild, and thrilling in the only way a child's world could be.
Still, the roughness wasn't always play. I often found myself in real fistfights, sometimes out of self-defense, sometimes because it was expected. My brother Bill, in his own way, tried to toughen me up. He didn't so much teach me to fight as he forced it into me. "Never run from a fight," he would say, "even if you must use a stick or a rock. There's no such thing as a fair fight." His words scared me more than they inspired me, but I listened, trying to find my place in a world where toughness seemed like the only language boys were allowed to speak. Things got too overwhelming. I leaned on Gordon. He was the unspoken leader of our crew and the fiercest of us all. His presence gave me a kind of borrowed strength. Together we marched the streets of our neighborhood, belting out "Bad, Bad Leroy Brown," and "Jeremiah was a bullfrog," like anthems of childhood freedom. In those moments we felt invincible, scrappy kids in sneakers and grass-stained jeans, carrying invisible armor made of music, friendship, and boyhood bravado. Looking back now, I see those early battles not just as games or scraps, but as the beginning of my complicated relationship with masculinity. Even in those rough and tumble days, I knew that my heart leaned toward gentleness. The world, however, seemed to expect something else. Yet somehow, within the chaos, the shouting, and the play fights, there was also laughter, loyalty, and the first flickers of self-understanding. Thank you for spending this time with me, the Pussycat Wizard. These moments we share, whether in shadows or in light, are threads in a much larger story, one I'm honored to tell with you beside me. As always, the journey continues. The next chapter subsection is waiting, and I'd be honored if you'd walk with me a little further down this road. Until then, keep the wonder alive, and I'll see you in the next episode of Little Did I Know.
If it's a moment you're after, let's give this a shot. 3 quick breaths in through the nose, believe it or not, it will render you happy in the sunshine of the day. I love living in Bisbee and no, I am not gay. The flowers do smell so wonderful in spring. I sit on my porch, a throne for a king. My libido is for magic, man or woman it's not. So celibacy, I'm after magic mushrooms and pot. It's my life, I've chosen, like it or not. Bullfrogs and butterflies, Aunt Ruth, she had wrote, if music's like living, then I love every note. Bullfrogs and butterflies and plenty of pot. In the streets of Cohoes, where I call my home, with Sharon, Debbie, Doreen, James, and William, we all roam. From the block to the park, we never walked alone. Through thick and thin, siblings forever, tightly sewn. Playing ball in the playground under the summer sun, running through the alleys, feeling free and young where the Hudson River flows. We found our fun. Cohoes, the small town where childhood begun. I sit on my porch, a throne for a king. My libido is for magic, man or woman it's not. So celibacy, I'm after magic mushrooms and pot. It's my life, I have chosen, like it or not. Bullfrogs and butterflies, and Ruth, she had wrote, if music's like living,